After 2 years of conflict in Tigray, the healthcare system became one of the most severely damaged infrastructures. The largest referral hospital, Ayder, is among the many healthcare facilities struggling with disruption. One of the biggest challenges for bed-bound patients in the hospital has been the lack of food, which has significantly hindered patients' recovery. Whether they have family members or not, often face severe malnutrition, as neither their families nor hospital are able to provide adequate food. This has compounded their illness, making recovery even more difficult. To address this crisis, for the past 6 months, ISBHA has been running a project aimed at supporting bed-bound patients in Ayder Hospital by providing nutritious meals to accelerate their healing process. When ISBHA approached us this past August with their desire to collaborate with hospital nutritionists, we immediately prioritized our patients. We assigned our dietitian who selected 32 patients in critical need. The food we receive is highly nutritious and consistent. I've witnessed how improved nutrition accelerates healing and enhances psychological well-being. Therefore, on behalf of myself and our patients, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to ISBHA and Ayder Hospital.
ስለዚህ إسبح نستزجوركم حجز أيات خلايون ولادينا نزي حجز بمتحواركم عزيز النسكن باسم تكلجلتنا.
Good evening all. I hope you guys are maybe touched with some of the stories, especially Leo have told us. As for this program, I try to keep it not emotional because some of the patients in this hospital, we know them in person, so it gets too personal on some of the things. But I'll tell you this story, then I'll wrap up with some of how our program started and what it gets right now and what we observe. If you see this guy, his name is Sanai. He's 15 years old. He showed here 10s, but he's 15. He has been in the hospital for about 1.5 years, and he was bedridden. All of his families were with him the whole time, and none of the treatment that he received would bring him to get back to life. So when we started the program at Ayder Hospital, in 2 weeks of this like good nutrition food, the way I cannot say it even good enough for a patient, but relatively from what they get. Next slide, please. In 2 weeks of time, for kid who has been in bed for 1.5 years, he started walking with a mechanical help like that, as you can see it. And I'm so grateful even to know him at least to talk to him in everything. Then in another 2 weeks, just because he got the right type of nutrition, he just got released, and when you see him, he's with his father going out of hospital after staying like 1.5 years in hospital. All this because they were malnutrition. It's very clear with an immense time of good nutrition, he can step up. So there are a number of kids that we help and who are in this kind of situation. The way it started, some of them especially, they might need some complex surgery, some kind of procedure, but the doctors, they didn't want to take any risk putting them on anesthesia because their body is a little bit too weak and they might not wake up from that anesthesia. So the fact this nutrition program even helped the doctors to do their job because they couldn't do it until then. Ayder, you just heard the name. He's one of the guys who works this project on our behalf on the ground. He's fully dedicated. In fact, he was also in one of the projects in Sudan, refugee. He has done a lot there too, and he's still on this project. And we were lucky enough to find another, I don't know what her name was, but she volunteered to give us her kitchen, her home. So we use a commercial kitchen, which makes it at least the quality of the food to be in a way what those patients need. So your presence here, or anything that you have done thus far, I know most of you have come last year too, so it's saving life. That's the story what I'm trying to address. It's not like just the money that we do for some, to make us feel happy, but on the ground, it saves life. And for myself and my friends, of course, Dr. Tegest, is not doing a humanitarian, we're doing it for ourselves. So the moment we hear these kind of stories, we feel that we saved one life. And another, the final point, none of our patients that we started helping them, from what I know thus far, haven't stayed more than 2.5 months. And they got released from hospital. So we are helping another round of patients, another round of patients. In every round, we try to focus on few people as much as the budget that we have, but the maximum they are staying is 2.5 months. So that means every 2.5 months we're getting new patients and a result as such. So I thank you so much, and your presence here and your help in everything has this kind of result. And thank you. God bless you all.